And no. Damn it. And we're live. Eric's on his phone.
I'm trying to post the link.
Post the link. Welcome back to the DJ Life podcast. As always, if you're here live, then you probably saw the link Eric posted, and now you're on this thing with everyone else. Yeah. Tonight, Kevin Garrity.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, guys.
What's up? It's funny.
I'm your biggest fan.
I remember one time I just commented on your Facebook, "Hi, Kevin," and I had no idea that was your DJ name at the time. I literally just happened to say, "Hi, Kevin," and you were like, I don't remember what you said. I think you actually just said, "Hey," but
anytime someone says that, I pretty much say like "hey" or "hello" because I feel like it throws them off a little bit.
Well, that's like a legit response to someone saying hi to you. You know,
right.
You're all like, "Hey,
hello,"
you know,
howdy. G'day.
So what's up, dude?
Chilling. What's up, guys?
You got a lot of life updates lately. I feel like have you made the switch? Is that allowed yet? Can we talk about that?
I mean, honestly, I've kind of like been slow rolling it out, so I feel like the 9 people that are here, most of them probably know anyway.
Yeah,
well, maybe
we could talk about it, you know. And there's down the pipeline, the word will get out.
Yeah.
Well, all right, we'll get there, but so
we'll get there. Good tease.
Yeah. So tell us about how you came to be DJ Hi Kevin before we get all that.
Give them all a nice little background story, you know, from the
all the
time
way
you
at
were
the beginning?
born. Yes.
I really do.
So how are you developed? Like,
I
how'd
was
that work?
born with a pair of headphones.
No, back up
on my
even
head.
more.
Okay.
How are you conceived? Yeah. How are you?
My dad inserted my mom with a pair of headphones on his dick. And they were like, we want a DJ.
like
my
anything.
sister came out. She was a doctor. She's an eye doctor.
Damn.
She's fantastic. I came out and I wanted to be a graphic designer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I still do that. But I met Nick Spinelli in college. And that's really like the
That's
true.
a shame.
Dude, it was a shame.
Where did you guys go to school?
Lebanon Valley College is a super small school in Pennsylvania. It's capped at like 1,700 undergrad.
I didn't know you lived near him.
Well, I grew up in Connecticut, and he grew up in Jersey. I have no idea how he ended up at LVC, but I went because they had this thing called digital communications, which was kind of like a personable, computer sciences. You know, so like you kind of combine HR, PR, and comp sci shit. So that's where I fit into that and got super into photo and video. And I've just always loved video editing. I have been since I was like 14. And then Nick used to DJ at our like Saturday night club thing that we do, you know, at the school. And then I started taking photo and video for him at weddings and started like getting really into that. And I hate doing like all the post work for photo and video for weddings because it takes so fucking long and it's just so boring.
Yeah, dude.
You know, and then I was like, I'm gonna try this DJ shit out. And at that time I was selling cars. So I was taking my one Saturday a month off to go DJ a wedding. And I was like, I'm making money doing this. Why don't I just try and do this full time? Spinelli called Jason Clock. Jason Clock called me, took a sick day, took an interview, and then I quit the next week.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, and that was October of 2017 because I went in like 2 days before my birthday.
Okay. All right. For some reason, I thought you'd been doing this a lot longer than me.
People tend to think that, and I think that has a little bit
you're heavy in the mix. I mean, I guess I am too, but
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
I don't really go into anything halfway. It's kind of like part of my problem.
Yeah.
You know,
I can relate.
I see why you and Nick get along. Nick's the same way. If he goes into something, it's like full head.
It's just deep dive and seeing him DJ, like I got really into it too. You know, when he started when he bought his turntables, actually, I don't know if he likes me sharing this, but fuck it.
He's fine.
Like he had a Newmark NS6 and he actually gave it to me for like a collateral for like a cash, you know, like loan. So I was just like, I don't even want the money back. I just want a DJ. So it actually worked out perfectly. He bought a pair of Techniques. I forget if he ended up selling them or whatever, but like he started getting real into it, doing tone plays and doing word plays and learning to scratch. That was probably like 2015, something like that. And yeah, and then I just started like by proxy getting into it.
You said he called Jason Clock.
Yeah.
He didn't used to work for Clock, did he?
No, he never worked for Clock, but just through like conferences and stuff, he knew of him being in the area, and
Gotcha.
I think Nick had made the move to SCE at that point, so he was like recognizable through the SCE name.
Yeah. You
So-
like worked your way up in Clock's company like drastically, quickly
Yeah.
too. Now that I know 2017, what the hell?
Yeah, like I said, I don't do things really halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd worked AV at my school at college. So like I was honestly, I told him, I was like, I just miss wrapping cable more than anything. So if you just need a guy to hang out and wrap cable for you, I was like the production assistant, and then I was just helping on like, big projection jobs, whatever, like 2 screens, a gooseneck on a podium type thing.
Yeah, the corporate bullshit.
Yeah, all the corporate, like little corporate bullshit, bigger corporate bullshit. Really got into wedding shows, got into the production stuff, and then kind of just leaned in as hard as I could and ended up as production manager and the DJ at the same time.
Damn.
Yeah. That was way too much. I ended up having to quit the production manager spot because I was just like, I just don't have the time to live.
So 27 to then, how long did that take you? Like 2 years to get to that point where you're lead and everything?
Yeah, I think I had started like around Christmas time of 2018
Damn.
as production manager, and then Memorial Day weekend was when I quit because I had 3 weddings that weekend. I had prepped all the other events as well.
Damn.
And I kind of failed on one small bit and was just like, I just don't think I have.
Yeah,
That's-
well, I mean, too much.
That's a quick
capacity.
growth.
Yeah, right.
That's a quick growth to take on all that.
Yeah, it is. I was like that. I was that fucking close though. Like it was like 2 things that went wrong, and we just kind of butted heads in the whole management side of the company. So I was just like, I just don't think I want to keep DJing. Like I love doing that, but I'm a helpful guy. So I get in trouble a lot when I do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're still working up the ranks. You've exceeded. What are you doing now? We'll just. What are
Yeah,
you,
let's let you talk.
Let's
about
hear
it.
it from your mouth.
We've heard whispers in the vicinity.
It's
Yeah,
not even
I told you.
whispers.
It's
You're
not,
posting
it's
this
not.
shit on Instagram. I watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I work with them all the time, but I
Yeah.
think people still think I'm just assisting people at SCE, but I actually had my first wedding with SCE this past weekend.
Oh.
So to everyone that doesn't know out there, I'll look right in the camera. I am now an SCE DJ.
Ooh.
So suck it. I'm definitely better than you.
Yeah. Yeah. He's one of the famous squads now.
Oh, no.
But hey, I mean, in reality, they only have A-list dudes. I mean, that is just everyone knows it. And if you don't know it, Jan I did something wrong, and he didn't, so it is what it is.
Yeah. I will say that's probably the hardest part is just that everybody thinks that I'm like super cool now because I'm SCE, but
I think you're cool.
nothing just magically changed
Yeah.
overnight, you know?
Yeah.
But Jan I asked me at the expo, the first one back from COVID was at 21, I think.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah, so it was like 3 a.m. one of those days.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were sitting at that little food court area in the Hard Rock at the top of the escalator. And he was like, when you moving to Jersey? And I was like, yo, if I had known, I would have moved yesterday.
Right.
And then I took it super slow. And then at the beginning of 22, after I had a couple meetings with Jan, just talking it over, like making sure that Teddy, my fiance, could be my assistant and she could kind of come on board too.
Yep. Shout out.
Make
to
sure
Teddy.
everything was right. He explained it to me in like a super slow motion, just making sure that I loved what I was about to do. And moving to Jersey was kind of scary. Still is kind of scary. We haven't really done it yet. Right now I'm just kind of driving back and forth. But
How
then,
far was that?
To the office, I actually got to do the drive tomorrow. It's 3 hours and 15 minutes.
One
Yeah, it's
Direction?
like-
One Direction?
Oh yeah, one way. Yeah, one way.
Hey, you never know. Every time this
No,
photo
for sure.
booth chick that works for me is like talking about the drive she has to do, she'll talk about it in both directions. Like it's 2 hours away, so it's 4 hours and 20-minute drive. And I'm like, okay, well it's not. And I'm like,
That's a weird way to
she's
do
a
that.
complainer. She complains about literally everything. So, anyways,
wow.
Yeah.
Why do you still have her?
From what I've understood,
she's a
a
photo
lot
booth
of
girl.
GNI's
They're
guys have a long drive into the office,
Yeah, I
like
think
hour,
that's kind
2
of
hours. Like they're all spread out.
Spinelli's like over 2 hours too,
Yeah.
because of where he lives, because it's in Wall,
Yeah,
New Jersey, which is like more northern, and Spinelli living down, AC area more. But then like at the same time, I think the amount of time that you have to spend at the office, because we are all our own gear, unless you get like Sparks, then you don't really have to worry too much about it. And again, like right now, I'm just trying to, if I have one event, I try and like book an assisting job with somebody else, that weekend, or just find something else to do,
Yeah, so you double up kind of.
Yeah, so I double up, so I make the most of my time, and I definitely like I price line like the 2.5-star hotels for like $80.
Yeah, dude.
Just
those
'cause
put
I'm
hair
only-
on those put hair on your chest in reality. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very hairy.
Yep.
Right here.
Hair on your face.
Here,
Thank
baby.
God it's back. I'll just.
Oh my God! Thank God! Seriously.
God, I had to
I took
unfollow you.
nothing but just regular phone calls instead of Zoom calls when I was bald.
That's
It was
hilarious. Yeah, bald
weird.
in the face.
Bald in the face.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
Rachel, my fiance, I've nicked it, so I had to like shave it all off, and she's like, "Never again." Why did you do that? I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
I'm just fucking sorry. This is how I look.
Yeah. Sorry. No, it's I try to do it like once every year and a half or so, just to make sure that there's still skin underneath here.
It's
Yeah.
Like apparently it like grows back thicker or something. I don't know.
I've heard that's a myth from.
I can't really grow
you're
a
also
real
like
beard.
more likely for ingrown hairs, so that's fun.
We should get a beard expert.
Shit, I was
in
gonna wear
here.
my DJ Life shirt.
Why
I
aren't
totally
you?
fucking forgot.
Man, I hooked you up too when you got that order.
Dude, wait, but do you remember? So hang on, I gotta tell this story.
Okay.
So I receive my DJ Life shirt, and I also receive some koozies. I instantly call Rick, and I'm like, dude, thank you for all this shit. And he's like, what do you mean you ordered it? I literally, I
Like you paid for it.
literally forgot I ordered it, bro. I was like, COVID stuff had me so flipped upside down. I was drinking like 4 times every week.
Yeah, so
Like, to a point of drunkenness.
I got the order because at that time we were actually selling good on DJ Life clothing, and I get the order and I see the name like Kevin Garrett. I'm like, I'm gonna throw in a couple extras, like threw in a couple koozies and whatnot. But he's like, thank you so much for the care package. And I'm like, you actually paid for part of that. Like
That is
it wasn't free.
I was probably high at the time I called you too. So everything just leaves my brain at that moment.
You know, I want to say you probably ordered it because back then we were doing like the live streams, like the drunk live streams, trying to promote it.
Yeah.
I want to say you were probably in the chat on one of those saying, I'm ordering right now.
Bro, I probably was. Like, I probably ordered it drunk, and I probably called you drunk and a little bit high all at the same time.
It was
The
great.
DJ Life shirts are really like high quality. I don't even.
Bro,
I only
I love
had
it.
one ever, and it was like such a good shirt. I actually don't know why I don't just take more of it.
They're only sitting like 10
Yeah, they're
feet,
literally
10
there's
feet
like
from
a
you.
huge thing of it. But all that stuff is like all Rick. I just kind of am the guy with glasses on the podcast. I'm just here. I'm just here for the
Why
clout.
is the guy with glasses still here? What's he doing?
I don't know. No one
Did
even
you guys
knows
say
who
that
I-
on Eric Rhodes or something like that? How everybody asks why? Like, who?
No,
is
this started
annoying-
this started back with was it the
With-
first or
with
second
the-
one bar?
It was the first one with Bar.
So it was literally like the second live episode ever.
And it was like somebody asked a question. We were talking about sales funnels, so something I know nothing about, of course. And so I'm talking, and some guy commented who's like, "I wish the guy with glasses would shut up."
So
or
I could,
something
so we,
like that.
Yeah, so Bar would talk, or so I could hear Bar.
He's like, "I wish the guy with glasses would just let Bar talk," and it was like, "What the fuck?" Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Fuck you. Go watch
I
any other
know.
episode.
So literally
Okay.
and literally Bar was asking questions because like he uses Eric's system and everything. He's asking him questions, and Bar's just sitting there like on edge, listening to like what Eric's saying, and this dude
I
comments
don't know
that.
about that, but either way, it was just like That's where
He
it
was.
came from.
I mean, Bar was listening.
That's so funny.
So all right. So back to the SCE clock thing.
Okay.
So have the details changed? Like with clock, I would assume you were W-2 employee style work.
Right.
Now that you're with SCE, has that changed? Are you now a W-2 over there? Are you 1090? Like, what's the deal? What's the
1099. So now I have Hi Kevin Entertainment.
Okay.
You know, so that's how we get paid. He gives you the option to go one way or the other, but honestly, I just kind of was like, time to put my big boy pants on and grow up and learn this shit a little bit.
Yeah, well, I think a 1099 who's someone who's willing to take on the responsibility of it, you can actually make more. You know?
Yeah, and just with
definitely.
like with Teddy, you know, like technically being my employee, you know, I kind of want to just be able to have control over that and have us work a system that might benefit us in the best way possible too.
Yeah, once you seriously start, you know, cranking out big money,
Fucking
with
surgeon money, dude.
Well, once you make a lot of money, if you are running your own business, there's all sorts of, you know, basically legal tax evasion methods. Legal, by the way, legal
Right.
tax evasion
can't
that you
call
can
it
take
tax
advantage
evasion.
of that, with it being a W-2 that you could never do.
You can't use the term tax evasion and legal together.
I just did
You
like
can't
4
use-
times.
Those two
It's
terms do not go together.
It's the funny way to say it, and people
Yeah,
are like,
yeah.
"Ooh," you know.
For the meme, bro.
Tax loopholes or tax write-offs or legal tax loopholes. It's
What about tax hacks?
You can.
there you go.
You
Tax
can
hacks.
Tax hacks.
fuck the govt easily with tax,
And they're gonna love it.
And they encourage that shit. There's a book
Yeah.
called Tax-Free Wealth that will tell you all about.
I'm gonna pretend to write that down.
Legal tax evasion.
You
It's
know how many
fantastic.
times, like, so we have the same account on a side note, but I've actually, like, it's like 1 hour of every 3 months, I'll, like, get into a YouTube deep dive into, like, tax videos on, like, tax write-offs. And, like, next day I'll call up our accountant because he's, like, cool as shit. You can literally just call him up. He'll drop whatever he's doing to talk to. And, like, I'll run, like, 3 or 4 ideas by him, and, like, 9 times out of 10 he shoots down every single one of them. But he tells me why. So
I love that. You gotta love it.
I'm like, hey, Andy, I heard we could do this and this to write things off. He's like, you can, but, like, we have to also do this, this, and this. Are you sure you want to do that? And I'm like,
Andy, don't be such a fucking bug.
Come on, Andy, you're old. Get with
Come on,
it.
that's-
Andy.
Download TikTok. Do some fucked up shit.
do you think
Oh, bro,
Andy would
Teddy
be
and
a
I were
cool...
just discussing how we don't get TikTok.
You don't? Oh yeah.
I mean, I get it,
I-
but I just
I
don't
don't-
fucking.
I
like-
literally don't have a TikTok. Everyone's like, "Oh, now's the time." I'm like, I'm not trying to make it on social media, and it could, obviously, I'm not saying it's not worth other people's time. That's just not what I'm just not that dude, you know.
I like if you're looking to make money, I think YouTube is the right place to be right now.
Yeah,
You know, I don't know. You, Rick, you
Inst-
probably know better than I do, but aren't shorts about to pop for like ad
They already are.
revenue?
We're
they are.
already eligible for ad revenue. Well, I'm not sure about all channels, but my 2 channels that have over 10,000 subscribers, both of them got activated for ad revenue last
That's
week.
your Tacoma one too.
Yeah, last week or 2 weeks ago. Which
Love that channel, dude.
I wish I. That's the hardest channel though to make content for though.
Yeah, you tried to get me to make content for my Forerunner, and I was like, bro, I changed the fog lights. That's all I've done to it. Like, you motherfucker, you really.
I got the oil changed and a drive.
The only reason I was able, like, COVID is the only reason I was able to actually take that channel and do anything with it because
Yeah.
literally I bought that new truck as the whole world shut down, and I happened to have all the parts from my last truck that got totaled still intact, and I made like 12 videos in the period of like 2 weeks and then slowly released them.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I did really want to do something with my Forerunner, having seen that, but I kind of ran out of money on it. you know?
Automotive channels are really lucrative, but like take a lot of energy to put and money. Like you got to spend money to get these parts and like
That's just it.
and time
Yeah.
to do them. It's not like you can go film a talking head video every day.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And honestly, like, you know, like doing clips from stuff like this, I think is, oh my God, it's so, another thing that I haven't really talked about too much, but again, it's not like a big thing to break out, but like I do clips for the Drew and Fuse show. I'm sort of like their intern, I guess you could say that. You know, like I just like anything you guys want me to do, just let me know. I'll try and hook it up. You know, so
At the
like,
the last DJC, I didn't know who Fuse was. I'd never. I just didn't. I don't keep up, I guess. And I was talking to Drew, and he was standing there, and I like turned. I was like, "So who are you?" You know, trying to be nice. And he's like, Fuse. I was like, "Who's Fuse?" I was like, "I don't know what that is."
he keeps pretty quiet though.
He
too,
was
you know?
super
He
nice
does.
about it. I just felt like a fucking
Drew's
idiot.
a little more active than Fuses.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the social world.
And you can kind of see that, but Fuse he's definitely coming out of his shell. He's definitely come out of his shell as far as like the interviewing stuff. So it's cool to hear everything that they have to say. They have great questions. They're so musically like just God, I'm fucking jealous.
They're such a very interesting combo too. Just in general, they're such a really good combo.
They really and they have just the best sense of humor ever, man. Like being on the phone with the two of them at the same time is hilarious.
I swear,
like making clips for them is just so easy because like, you know, I probably made 6 clips in the first 20 minutes of the last episode. You know, like it's just so easy to pump content out, and we're not doing huge numbers on YouTube, but you know, like the shorts are hitting like 2K,
bumping, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but because it's just repetition and it's DJs. So like if you're hitting the DJ world and people like they really, you know, latch on to that, then I think that there's a lot of stuff that can be shared, you know, whether it's funny, whether it's factual, whether it's, you know, intellectual.
I'm wondering if they've changed, because I didn't look into the actual like details on the ad revenue and everything. I wonder if they changed any of their criterias for when you're eligible for ad revenue, because with the new shorts feature. Because before shorts, it was you had to have over 1,000 subscribers, and you had to average 4,000 minutes of watch time a month.
Okay,
that was the requirement originally.
It's definitely something with the shorts because we were all talking about it before the new year. It's something that's happening right at the beginning of February. I know for a fact. I forget if it's like the 3rd or the 6th or something like that, or maybe I doubt it's coming out on a Wednesday. You know?
Yeah, the revenue might have actually not started. I know we got the offer to like enable it, so I'm not sure if it actually went through yet or whatnot. But now I'm like over here like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, I can see you. You just like keep wanting to go look at your phone, bros. Just look it up. Just look it up.
No, I'm not.
I keep seeing you like wanting to.
He's on the chat.
The chat's down here. I just got the chat right here.
Yeah.
Shout out. I mean, I saw we were up to like 22 people at one time. That's very good for the live side of this podcast. Of course, in the afterlife, this thing will do 500 plus.
God, we'll do like 500 plus, bro.
But
here we go.
Dude, his glass is kicking. Questions in the comments. Do a quick round robin of the minimum equipment needs for
Teddy's
DJs.
right though. Just the fact that you can write off mileage is huge.
Yeah.
I actually started. I ran this by Andy and he approved it. I write off all of my DJ's miles.
Yeah.
And then I reimburse them for their miles. I know you do a similar thing.
I charge for. It's actually just a convenience fee. Like if it's 200 miles away, we're charging you $200 or $300, and the DJ makes 100% of that on top of their payout. And we call it a travel fee, but it honestly doesn't have anything to do with that. And then they can write off their miles also.
Oh yeah, because you got W-9s. I got W-2s, so I pass that reimbursement on to them. So I write it off on the business side, pass it on to them, and then that way that amount of money is not taxed. Because it's a reimbursement.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a way to give every one of the W-2 guys a bonus, $50 to $100 or whatever the legal amount is for their events. But then it's not taxed on our end. So I'm not paying employer tax and they're not paying income tax on it. So it was a win-win.
That's tight.
Takes a little more effort to do payroll, but
Ada Fader. Who is it? Parker? Where's Parker? Is he there?
What DJ Life shirt does Eric have?
I think
Parker's here. What's up, Parker?
Favorite DJ, your girlfriend's favorite DJ. I lost it or something. I don't have it.
Is that
anymore.
the one you? Oh man,
yeah,
dude.
I don't have it.
And that shirt is actually one of the rare shirts to find.
It's weird. I don't like.
We've only made it once.
I don't like any of the slogans. I hate that whole like good vibes or whatever. And I hate the opposite too. I hate the ones that are like bad vibes. I'm like, okay, you're so cool.
Do you want the?
You know what I mean? Like I don't like either.
Do you want the shirt that says it's heavier than it looks?
That is okay. That
What's
isn't
the
like
first
overdone.
First one to show up, last one to leave. I think that's the one I have.
First arrive, last to leave.
First to arrive, last.
That saying's been done the most on different shirts.
It would be funny to have a shirt with like the sync button on it. That would be funny to me.
I think you
that
should
one
just
needs
put
made back.
like a faucet sink on a shirt, and then put like a big like button.
DJs using sync.
This was before we took on the actual like
headphones.
one of the shirts we made before we actually like took on the printing side of it. When I used like a third party like Teespring or whatever, is I took like the bottom corner of like the SZ or the SX2, and it literally was just the play button, Q button, and like the 6 or 8 pads on the right, and it said just pushing buttons.
That's good. Crypto Ape is awesome.
We also made a big sync one as well.
Fuck, who else was? Oh wait, hang on. DJ Munition said, "Say again. You don't even need your own speakers for SCE. No, you absolutely need your own speakers for SCE. And actually, you kind of need like your own.
Yeah, you need everything, don't you?
You need like your own 500 person setup, and then you need your own like 150 to 250 setup.
Damn,
you know?
you need a 500 person setup.
I mean, I don't have one yet, but like if you have like that big ass wedding,
You're expected to have it.
Yeah.
Whether
like there's this what is it? The fucking Pleasantdale Chateau.
Yeah.
It's this fucking massive place. It's like a chateau, I think literally means castle in French.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
huge.
fucking huge. It's fucking huge.
It's
they have a
fucking
helicopter pad.
Mm-hmm.
That's how fucking baller this place is. Like so cool.
But you could obviously.
I'm sorry, Munition. I'm sorry, bro. I got you.
You obviously don't have to buy it though. You could rent it for those.
Yeah,
one or
I mean,
two
you
that
could always
have,
rent the gear for the weekend
but
or whatever.
You're responsible for getting it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like everybody's goal at the company is pretty much to like get to the point where you have your own van. I actually before I felt ready to join SCE, I was kind of like, I need my own uplights, I need my own movers, I need my own truss, I need my own furniture, I need my own facade, I need a table to put behind the facade, I need all my own controllability, I need Teddy to know how to use all that stuff. So like we can walk in and we'll rock, any like 2 turntables, speakers, uplighting,
like the
and
moderately
movers.
extravagant you can do.
Yeah, moderately extravagant. Like you're talking about like 70% of your parties that you'll have to do that'll have that stuff, and then obviously we can get like snow machines or I could borrow inline fog from one of the guys.
I was saying that. Yeah, Jersey is just so different. It's seriously
it is
just
so
different than here. Like that doesn't. It's here. If you had uplights, it's like ooh.
It's getting to the point where uplights and movers are pretty common. At least what I'm
You
seeing.
just don't use gig bars. We got. Oh, actually, we don't have
gig bar, dude.
Man,
no.
Man, we actually don't have a
shit
single
on
gig bar.
bars,
We have worse than gig bars. We have 4 bars.
I used to have a 4 bar.
Hey,
no.
They are prettier than gig
the
bars.
4
even
bars
though they're
are
the cheaper ones.
The 4 bars are way better than gig bars.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
Fuck the.
Yeah.
Fuck
You got
the
the
gig bar,
remote
the laser.
control, and you can be like white.
So I had the 4 bar, but it was like the little tiny like movers on it. So it was just 4 movers like.
They made one.
Yeah,
Is it a Chinese knockoff or something?
I think so.
I
up,
can
Neil?
imagine what you're talking about, but
Yeah, I can't. I just used to when I used my SX, just on a 6-foot table. I had a IEC cable running through my hard case, and I just like popped it out and then slapped it in. I just set the 4 bar on the table in front of my road case.
That's so hardcore.
I've
seen people do that.
Because I just hated
Facebook.
that bar look of being behind you and over your head.
We have these. Rick actually introduced me to the guy at Colorado
Sound and
Lighting, and I was like, I want this. I was like, I needed about 1 foot long speaker pole. It's just 1 foot, and it's. I was like, whatever size to a K12, the mounting point on the handle. I was like, so it can screw in, because I want to put a fucking 4 bar up on top of the speaker.
K12.
Yeah, then you don't need a light bar, and it's just an easy, quick.
And he made it.
Yeah, and he made it for me. I bought like 15 of them. It was fantastic.
Shout out Jim over at Colorado Sound and Light. No, seriously,
What's up, Jim?
This dude literally he strives to just make the most engineering coolest things ever for the DJ industry. Like
That's so
those
cool,
one-off weird things that you might need, he makes them.
We need more of those people. Actually, know what? We only need Jim. We only need Jim.
Yeah.
And make
But I
sure
need to
you
know
tell
Jim.
make sure you tell him that Rick sent you.
Yeah.
Just make sure you
Hey,
sent.
he was fantastic to work with. He sent me like the wrong one to begin with.
Did you tell him Rick sent you?
I don't remember. It's been a while now. Probably
He didn't.
not.
He totally didn't. He totally fucking did.
I'm not much of a name dropper. So.
Well, you know, I might benefit if you drop the name.
I don't know.
I do have to
15
say-
of those is totally like maybe $100, $200.
Oh, really? Was that cheap?
They were super cheap.
Damn, that's
that's
nice.
why I was so
Wow.
excited because a fucking ultimate support light bar is what $200, $150, and all of a sudden we don't need any. You know, and these little pieces are maybe $25, $40. I can't remember.
So Jim's where I get my projector mounts. So the mount a projector on top of the gravity stand, he's who makes them. And then he also makes the battery-powered inserts for the racks to power your mics and everything. Which I've switched over to Jackeries at this point but that was before Jackeries were even a thing. So
Oh yeah.
so
You have the
Jackeries the
1000.
shit. What?
You have the 1000.
No, I got like the 210, the small.
Yeah, I have.
I got the 500 thinking that I was going to be set for life, but then everybody at SCE went and got the 1000, and they're like running full systems.
You're
off
in
of
a
it.
different league there, dog. I'm
How
just,
much is that?
Yeah.
It's like $800 probably.
No, it's probably about $1,000.
Really? Yeah,
But then, like literally, if you wait until next Thursday, it'll have like a 25% off coupon on Amazon.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, if you hit
So
it,
you just
like
got to
Black
time your
Friday.
stuff if you're buying that. I do
Right.
like Parker's question, but I want to mention something about what Teddy said. It was the funniest thing in the world, right?
Okay,
So
yeah.
we go to a venue that's set up way differently than other ones that we've used the movers at.
Mm-hmm.
And Teddy's like trying to adjust everything in Show Express, right? It's not working right. And I'm like, just don't worry about it tonight. We'll figure it out when we get home. We set them up in our garage.
Mm-hmm.
And she's sitting there trying to figure it out. 'Cause
Oh, I
she's
know
like,
the story.
yeah, I think I've told you this.
Teddy
she's
told
like,
me it. Teddy told me
Oh,
it.
Teddy told you? Okay. So Teddy's like, I can't use this if you learn it. Like, I need to learn it on my own. I need to teach myself it. So she pulls up a YouTube video, and I walk out there when she's like 30 minutes in. I'm like, how's it going? And I'm like, wait a second. That's Rick. You know I know him, right? She's watching Rick's video on fucking Show Express. And I'm like, I've never been so fucking proud of my girl and so happy that this connection is happening, because then we go and we see Rick
At the
in
collective,
Nashville,
yeah.
you know, 3 weeks later or
hilarious.
whatever it
Right.
was.
Yeah,
And,
it's a small world.
It's a super small DJ world. Is this fucking big, man?
Yeah, dude.
Higher than a fucking Cheerio, you know?
Yo,
Yeah.
Which is
low key.
I don't know about you guys, but do you talk to like other DJs that maybe aren't as, you know, Eric, you were talking about some people aren't as like included. And some people do that on purpose, like Vader. He fucking hates everybody that goes to a conference. But you know, like there's people out there that aren't as into it. So I'll be like, oh my God, you know Big Daddy. And they'll be like, who the fuck's a Big Daddy?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
No,
And-
seriously, that's like one of those. If you don't go to a conference, you have no clue who Big Daddy is.
I talk
Yeah.
to a lot of DJs that I don't know from conferences that probably would have no idea who like Big Daddy is, or even Jason Jani, maybe, you know. And I don't really know how that happened. It's just like
You know, that's
a random Facebook conversation from like 8 years ago, and just it never stopped, you know. And now I talk to him fairly often, kind of thing, or some random Instagram message type.
You know,
deal.
it's funny. I've done I've started to do a little more business calls. Thankfully, it's picked up a little bit.
Thankfully.
Maybe like 1 or 2 a week now. It's actually crazy. But like I'll kind of like not name drop, but like, have you seen so and so's work before? Like, have you seen Jani's work before? Have you seen LaForce before? And they're literally like clueless
God.
as to who these people are. And I'm like,
which is okay.
which is okay, but like it's like
Because there's some people
Not when you're
saying,
trying
you
to
know,
name drop. Earlier, so I was on an automation
I'm not trying
sales
to
call.
name drop.
I literally, she was like, so what's the difference between you and then your unnamed competition? And I was like, well, you know, like if you know any of the big
I
hitters.
piss gold.
Yeah, I was like, if you know any of the big hitters, like I've done all their stuff. And she's like, big hitter. And I was like, well, I mean, you know, like Jani and Joe Bunn and Jason Cluck and Brian Budd. And she was like, who the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, well,
And don't ask the
this
question.
isn't going to fucking work. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Wait, hang on. Parker said, so what is everyone most stoked about for the year ahead?
Yeah,
that's.
goals-
I told him we were going to
goals in the
circle
pipeline.
back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
So,
good one.
Kevin, you're the guest.
Go ahead,
You
Kevin.
go first.
Well, I'm just really, first off, I'm just really excited because of the we worked a tandem format at Clock, meaning there were always two people at every wedding. But I'm just really excited to be able to pick my assistant, which means that Teddy will be my assistant for everything, which means she can be with me for everything, and which means she can make money off of everything that I do too.
Right.
You know, like I'm really excited to provide
That is so
our
cute.
household income, you know. She also is in the process of continuing to work for the same company that she's been working for. She's a medical assistant
Yeah, I was going
at a podiatrist's office. And she's going to move more into like the working from home stuff so that she can keep that job while we move. And that honestly is like the most exciting thing for me is like, it's super hard to change something like this, to basically be like, hey, Teddy, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But that it can all work together, you know? That's big for me.
At least on the move side, the market seems to be coming down a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of there's like half a step left for Teddy to figure out, to finalize that everything, and then we have to start like really, really, really looking, and it's been kind of a great excuse to not move yet.
Yeah, it's not a good time right now, but it's starting to like come back. The interest rates have dropped a whole % in the last couple weeks, and as long as it keeps going,
let's just hope it keeps going. That's all.
I'll pray for you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I need the interest rates to go down too. We're trying to get a HELOC to redo the siding on our house, so I need interest rates to come down too.
So, Brian,
everybody manifest that shit. All right,
Brian
everybody
said, "Man,
needs
if
to
my
move."
wife was my assistant, I'd either be divorced or arrested by March."
That's what
I can agree so much. My fiance, like, I love her to death, but like, fuck, hell no. Like, she's just not that type of personality. It just would not work. Both of us butt heads in life.
So I took Christine, my fiance, to one wedding. She might have been the two now, but the first wedding where she was the assistant, man, that didn't go well. Because I'm used to like telling guys like, hey, go put the uplights down over there, and she's like, excuse me.
That's how mine is. Like, literally, she just beat the shit out of me.
That was one thing that happened, was that Teddy started working for Clock Entertainment before we started dating. So, like, her first wedding that she got paid to work was with me. And shit hit the fucking fan. So Kevin has to, be that guy that cracks the whip a little bit. She did an amazing job that first time, but we had developed a work relationship already. And then we developed our personal relationship. And she said, we have boundaries, work is work, like literally. And it's not like I say, go do this, but I'm like, can you? And she understands that if I don't say please, it's not because I'm trying to be inconsiderate. Yeah. It's because
time frame.
There's just shit to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay. So there's your goals, Rick. Goals?
Yeah, what do you got?
I got too many.
All right, well, limit your goal. Rick is the type
most realistic one.
See, that's my problem,
dude. So he doesn't just have goals. He has 5-minute goals, 1-hour goals, 6-week goals, 1-year goals, and he has them all like itemized on a fucking bulletin board.
I'm OCD.
Like he's one of those.
I envy that so much.
At the same time, some people just don't work that way, and that's okay. Like, I am not. Sometimes people think that I am like that because I'm supposed to be some kind of nerd and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just not. I literally kind of just roll with the flow. You know what I mean? I can't do what Rick does, but kudos.
It's actually funny you mentioned that because, like, recently I've been bringing in some guys on our holiday lighting business to talk about one of our goals for this year, which is to take. So we launched a holiday lighting business last year, and it's basically we do Christmas lights for 3 months out of the year. And I brought the two most promising guys that like helped with the labor on that. And like, I'm like, we need to make this a 365 business. So that way we can like afford to pay people to be on staff all year long. We can afford to like pay an operations manager and build this into an actual thing. And they walked into my office, they sat down and were like, damn, you got a lot going on. Like just looking around at all the notes and everything, and the dry erase board and all the goals and stuff, and it's interesting. But let's see.
I mean, it's definitely interesting.
All right, within reason, what are your goals?
I got like 4 main goals for this year.
That's fine. I have super specific goals too, so that's fine.
There are 4 specific goals of this year.
I just didn't write them on the board.
One is to these aren't on the board yet.
Oh, okay.
I still have to make that. My vision. Making my 2023 vision boards.
Dude, I literally
on the
have
list.
a wall right there that I want to.
He has like a bulletin board in front of his bed, and it just says success on it, and he like prays on it every morning.
I don't have that. The bedroom is off limits for that stuff. So I mean,
that's
back
good.
when it was my bedroom in the apartment, that shit was all over that thing.
Dude, literally, I had that too.
Mm-hmm. But now it's all in the office. From everybody else. Now it's all in the office. Which kind of sucks because there's like financial goals up there. So when any guest comes over, they're like, "Oh, what's 250,000 mean?" I'm like, "Nothing."
Because how many kills I want in Call of Duty? Shut up.
Yeah, I don't want to. Well, there's a dollar sign in front of it, so
so much money I want to make in Call of Duty.
Anyways, yeah. So growing the holiday lighting business into a 365 business by adding additional things. We're thinking gutter cleaner. That's just to grow that into a 365 business. We're going to purchase a van this year for the company, both for the DJ company because we're tired of paying U-Hauls, and 2 for the holiday lighting business. 3, launch DJ Rick Webb membership educational something. It's very vague. Thinking sometime in July, I'm going to develop some sort of a membership program that people can become a member, and we'll have like a monthly Zoom call, and we'll do educational content throughout that, and there'll be additional benefits. That's plans for July. And I can't remember the 4th. The 4th is to grow the other 2 aspects of the business, the Fusion Sound and Lighting, and then our both lighting side. I now have full-time people that run those 2 companies, and they both are taking on hefty salaries that cost a lot. So getting those companies to be profitable with that additional expense is the goal for the end of the year.
I like that that 3rd one.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
The
education one
thing. Honestly,
I can see that.
Like I wish you luck on it. Of course, I want you to succeed on it, but I know a lot of people that have done that, and it is such an eye roll. But these people are not you also.
The education stuff, you mean?
Yeah, like tried to come out with a mastermind class. I won't even talk shit about them. I will talk shit about them, but I won't name drop them on live. But and it was just such like a what the fuck do you have to offer kind of thing. What kind of balls do you have to charge this price tag?
So
for a fucking you're nobody. You know what I mean? Like you don't know shit, and it was bullshit.
Well, we kind of talked about it with Eric on the last podcast. I don't know if we talked about on the podcast or after the podcast in terms of the same sort of thing, but I'm going a low-high approach. I'm not doing like it's going to be $10,000 to be a member of my thing.
Right.
I'm going to be doing a very low entry price to get a bunch of people in there because I recognize that a lot of my following is the younger generation in general. Mm-hmm. So like it's going to be a low, just throw a number out there, like $20 a month. And you're going to get basically one Zoom call that's going to be all of us on there. I'll present a topic for 30 minutes. It'll be a very general topic around basic like practices around business, and then there'll be 30 minutes Q&A. And then if you wanted to go deeper, there'll be additional things, and the goal is that the first year we roll out this initial membership, and then maybe we add 2nd or 3rd level tiers to that for the people that are really already in it trying to grow.
I think that's sick.
Have you heard of mentor pods?
I feel like we talked about this on a podcast at one point.
Maybe it's Matt Radicelli. It's his new business venture. So he's a fucking genius, by the way.
He is a genius.
He's one of those dudes when you talk to him, you just feel worthless. No matter what, he's not condescending at all. So that's not even what I'm saying.
No.
But like, he's just so fucking
honestly,
smart.
I see a lot of Rick and Matt.
Dude, I can see
a
other
lot
way
of Matt
around.
and Rick?
Right. Yeah. Either way, I see
that
exactly what you're saying when you say that. I agree. Now
because you're not condescending, you're just smart.
Yeah,
and
he's a go-getter. He's just like such a fucking go-getter.
You know?
And Matt is an expert at everything. There is not a single subject that.
Bro, he's an expert woodworker.
Yeah,
like what a
literally.
dick.
Yeah,
What
I know.
an asshole for being that good at being carpentry, and he's also
I might be good at that too.
When we talk about
projection
automation,
mapping.
he legitimately sometimes says shit. I'm like, I don't actually know what you're talking about, and I'm supposed to be the dude.
So
you know what I mean?
It sounds so. This sounds like basically, and it's the trait I have is that, and it's kind of what you say, Kevin, too. If I'm going to go learn something, I'm going to learn every little fucking thing there is about it. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of like my premise. Like, and it's my thing about learning is I love house projects. I love shit around the house and stuff like that. So like I set out to learn how to grow grass. So I sat down for 4 weeks on YouTube and
so
just
much grass, bro.
drove through everything on YouTube about growing grass and created a.
He's like, I know about growing grass.
Teddy printed off a book. She had a guy make copies because I got so into grass this past year.
Do you want a lawn care
Shit.
guide? I have a
what
lawn
job
care
you
Literally,
got?
guide.
I have a fucking like a book just in like highlighted and shit by the guy.
I paid for. I got a PDF just like that. I paid like $110 for it. That's literally a guide that goes for everything. And then I've taken that and now I got a spreadsheet. I bought all the chemicals and like.
Dog, I've been about that grass. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
like,
my tall fescue be looking
something
good.
about like 15
Brian said
years.
sounds like autism. No, see, here's the thing. It's a spectrum. So we could be 8%, 9% one thing, 33% another thing, 80% something else. There's no fucking way there's not something wrong with me up here. Like, there's just no way. Because even like Parker asked another question, which kind of rolls into this, is like, yes, when I start rolling, it's very fucking hard to hit the stop button. Like,
Yeah, same.
I can't flip the switch off at 5 o'clock. I absolutely cannot.
Oh, my fiance
know?
hates that so much. I've had to like learn to like, because at night like you can't bring up topics.
Yeah.
It's just like not a thing.
That's actually part of my current goals. Is
go.
exactly what we're
Let's hear
talking
it.
about.
Speaking of
Let's
which,
hear it.
we're on to your goals
What do you
now.
say? What do we-
This will fall in line. All right, so I have my numbers goals. I want to hit 600 or 700 events for Dow Oak this year. We have the new DJ companies also that we're trying to launch and turn those out. Whatever with numbers, with all that shit. But I'm trying to simultaneously lessen my workload so that I can do all those numbers while I'm not doing as much myself, because now I have a fucking kid. I'm trying to be present and I can't do that anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she's like yelling at me from the other room, like he's about to fucking walk or some bullshit like that. And I'm like, oh, I'm responding to an email. Like, I can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm getting better. I'm getting better at it already. 'Cause I've been leaning into this for, since October pretty much ended, like the crazy busy season wrapped up. So I'm
Thank
like
God.
leaning in. Yeah, no shit. As for numbers goals, DJ relevant. So I was telling Rick all these details. So we tried to do a price hike last year. We raised our prices $600 across the board, which is drastic for us. That's super drastic for us. Percentage wise, that's like a 40% raise or something. It's like crazy huge. Anyways, and we quit discounting.
50%. You raised your prices 50%.
It went.
You were at 1,200?
We were at 1,200. We went to 1,800 for the exact
You raised
same
your prices
package.
50%.
And we also another detail even furthering that was for Saturdays only. For any other day of the week, we discounted by $200. So it was even and we took away that anyways. So we tried that out last January.
Oh, so on Friday and Sunday, you went from $1,000.
We went from 1,200 to
1,800.
1,000. And then we took all of that and made that $1,800 across the board.
Yeah, they used to have a discount for Friday. Now and then they didn't. It was just straight $1,800.
And the reason
So it's
is
even
because
higher.
right. So that's a huge, huge jump. But the reason is because COVID had ended. Well, depending on if you're a liberal or not, but COVID had ended, and we were balls to the wall all of a sudden. Everyone was like, this is about to be that, Great Gatsby 2020, like whatever the fuck, like crazy bullshit. And they were right, but I wanted to try it anyway. So last January, I made a Facebook status about this for this exact reason. We booked 9 weddings last January, in all of January, which with the price hike, okay, whatever. That's terrible though, right? Because we have a bunch of DJs trying to make paychecks. That just wouldn't fly. We'd have to change our entire business model. Anyways, so we scrapped that. This year, we booked, with today added, we booked like 120 weddings in January. So literally, unreal. Like, what the fuck? So, but last year we hit our numbers goal, even with a fucked ass January, basically. So with this year, you know, having just the most record I've ever set with booking weddings, we're definitely going to hit our number, you know. So my main goal, like I said, is to minimize the work it takes me personally to achieve that part. And then once I get that down, then I can think of how to expand over there again. But for now, I need to get my life straight. All right. So Parker had another good question.
Yeah, he did.
Parker's
dude,
the
also
man.
just
Parker's
to
the man,
comment-
by the way. Shout out to Parker.
Shout out to Parker.
I met him at DJC this past.
Same. Bro, he did that fucking crazy set on a beach or in the desert or some shit. I was like, how are you so fucking cool? And I've never heard of you.
I've never done anything cool man. As a DJ.
I DJ right there in the corner of this 12 by 13 office, and I think I'm fucking sick.
Well,
suck.
You got your the shoes in the background. Joe Bunn has those shoes, so that's how I know those shoes.
Yeah.
There was also a tattoo artist at that convention when I was texting you a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That had those shoes, and I made a comment. I was like, I know those are expensive. I know they are. I don't know anything about them. Shout out.
Yeah, the UNC Off-Whites.
Yeah.
Yeah. I became kind of like a
shoe dude.
Sort of. I just really wanted to wear them because I feel like they are like the kind of grown-up skate shoe, you know, and that's all I used to wear. So I don't know. I feel like they are my style of like, I don't like to tie my shoes and I like big fucking tongues, you know?
Ugh.
So.
Ugh. It reminds me of that meme. It's like the world's biggest tongue, and it's like that guy, and he's going like he's like sticking his tongue out, and his wife is just cheesing, like like has the craziest, hugest smile, and then it like zooms in on her face.
Oh my god, fucking awesome.
So Parker's question.
Congrats on your leg, your
winning.
leg award.
Dude, so. There were like 4,000 people at this convention. It's not like it's a huge convention, right? It's not like a wedding show. There was so many fucking people. About probably 2,000 entries though for tattoo, blah, blah, blah. First place.
That's crazy, man.
First place.
Round of applause.
Yep. By the way, y'all, if y'all don't know, your boy be tatted. Let's go.
He's a champion.
Yep.
Champion.
So speaking of this clapter right now, if you're listening to this or on any source, or if you're on the YouTube, hit the subscribe button on YouTube if you could, please and thank you, because we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can activate that monetization. So that way we can buy an awesome little stream deck right here with some sound effect buttons, because that would just be fucking sick.
Yeah, literally, I will press
exactly.
Yeah, I will press the one, and it'll be like the from all those Birdman songs. That's like the main sound clamp I want. That's Gucci. That's fine too. We'll add that. We'll actually have a vote daily of like what sound clips you guys want in the intro.
No, because we just need sound effects to make this way more interesting. It would just be super fun.
Anyways, but is it
poor thing?
See, Kevin, that's not fair. We can't have Kevin on here all the time.
This is Kevin auditioning to be like a third host.
Listen, I'm not build up. I'm just saying I am good at this shit because I wanted to be in radio forever.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
We need Kevin for sound clips and just general humor, and then we need Bar for viewers, and so people will shred me.
Dude, Brian's offering his stream deck right now. I'll take it, Brian. Fuck them.
Wait, Brian's got
them. No, but also just to piggyback off of what
Brian,
you were saying,
yes, please.
Yeah.
If everyone can go to my channel and subscribe also, because I think I'm at like 63. I actually am trying to pump out like every single event that I do with SCE. I'm trying to make some type of vlog for it.
Good.
Whether it's like taking clips from it and voiceovering over it. If I didn't get a chance to record this past weekend, I actually had a Make-A-Wish wedding. So like it's a guy that unfortunately he's terminally ill with stage 4 lung cancer.
Wow, that's very unfortunate.
So like I started to record, and then basically I talked to the photo and video, and they were like, "Yeah, we had to sign an NDA."
You're like,
It's like, well, fuck,
You're like,
not this one.
yeah,
This was such a good one.
that's actually a
So
good
literally
point.
my first
add
SCE
that.
wedding can't happen.
Add that to your planning forms if anybody doesn't have that. Can I video this? Yes or no? That's
Wow.
just a simple question.
That sucks so bad. You can't pull clout from the dude with lung cancer.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like I can still talk about it as long as I don't like. I mean, I didn't sign an NDA, so fuck them.
Yeah,
you know. But
yeah, I can relate to it though. From a creator standpoint, though, you're always like, I think about weddings a lot of times, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go into this and film and get all this crazy content, and then I get there, and then I realize a little bit more of the situation. I'm like, maybe this one isn't the right idea.
Yeah,
for this
sometimes it's just not the right one. You
know? Like some it depends on the situation. Like sometimes you walk in there and you walk into the room and you see who all's in the room. And you're like I've walked into a couple weddings. And I've known a couple people in the audience, some big names, and I'm like, I can't film this.
Dude, I had Kane Brown at one of mine, and I was just like, there you go. That's it. Can't do this one. You know, I can't show a video of fucking Kane. And I just like, I don't want to lean on the fact that this is a terminally ill person that I'm taking a video of,
I
and
was
that's
totally
why I'm getting
joking.
the clout.
Yeah,
No. I know you are. Please. What
Okay.
serious
All
comes
right.
out of your mouth?
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Thank God.
But you know, like I also don't, I can't stand those people that like use anything to gain traction for the wrong reason. You know, at the end of the day, I want to be, again, Spinelli is my compass as far as DJing is concerned. You know, so I want to spit nothing but facts. I want to be entertaining, and I don't put up with bullshit. You know, so.
So back to Parker's awesome other question.
Yeah.
Basically just asking, do you find it hard at night to call it pause when there's like a million things in your brain thinking about things you could do for the business?
I'm always hard at night.
Oh, God damn it.
All
right. I was about to say, this is why I do the soundboard right here.
Anyways, yeah, I literally can't stop working ever. It's so hard to stop. If I walk away from my desktop work computer, I'm answering emails from my phone. I answer them almost like they're text messages. Like I'm completely obsessed.
I think the
with
better
my
question
job.
is, do you find it hard to like just take a day to do nothing?
Well, it's not fun. It's
not.
actually
fun.
work to stop working to me. Like if I go on a vacation, and to each their own, but I'm not having fun because I know I'm missing, and I'm actually not missing because I'm working. But you know what I mean? Like I'm fucking working from my phone the whole time, and it's like impossible to turn it off.
It's a hard thing to do. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm glad
Next to impossible.
my fiance's dad told her specifically. He's like, because she was complaining a little bit about my work, like working all the time, and she's like, if you don't tell him to stop, he won't.
Yeah.
He'll just keep working. And I was like, thank you so much for telling her that, because like I couldn't tell her that.
Yeah.
But like honestly, that's all I need is like I need someone to tell me like, hey, take a break. Like that's
Stop. Yeah. You need to breathe, you know, and Teddy does tell me that all the time. But when she tells me that, I'm kind of just like, no, I haven't earned any time off at all. Like I'm still not working hard enough, you know?
Yeah.
And I've tried to do that too over the past year now to create. And it's kind of like what Eric says. Like I have micro goals. Like if I hit my micro goals of the week, I'll take the day off. I'll start drinking because I know if I start drinking, I'm not going to do shit.
And that's honestly like, yeah, look, this margarita with jalapenos is now gone, you know, because then I know that I'm solely focused on what's happening right in front of me, because it just takes away that little like
It takes that
tiny
urge, that little urge to want to do something.
that voice in the back of my head that's like, yo, you do have that one email that's sitting there unread right now.
And
You
that's
know?
why we're
So,
alcoholics.
It is tough. It is super
Yeah.
tough though.
That's why I did dry January with a chance of showers. You know,
Wait, why
like
are you
I'd
drinking
maybe-
now? It's January
It's
31st.
It's January still.
This is the shower.
oh,
This is the chance of showers.
okay.
You know,
Okay,
dry
okay.
January, chance of
All
showers.
right.
She
right.
had a party that I that her work Christmas party that I did drink at. And then there was like we went out another night and I had like 2 beers or something like that, but it's just super important to give it every shot that you can, And honestly,
take
like
every shot that you can.
wait, no, not that kind of shot.
Oh shit.
Take every opportunity you have to sort of just click your brain off, But that is, Rick, you said it. Like, that's why we end up not dependent on substances, but why we lean into them a lot, because smoking weed turns my brain the fuck off.
Yep.
And then I get to stare at Bob's Burgers and laugh my ass off,
Yeah. True that.
It pulls that little urge out, and it's nice here and there.
That like business voice that's just like, just think how much more would be done tomorrow and how much less you could do tomorrow, but then you end up doing even more tomorrow. And then that's how we end up growing, is by like, like snowballing.
It's that addict behavior focused in a we'll call it healthy way,
Yeah.
And I'll also add that one thing I've found better to like get me into the rhythm of actually taking time to break is really trying to learn my work ethic in terms of what I can accomplish in a day, because I'm the definition of Monday, like putting 3 days worth of work onto my plate for Monday. And then like as soon as Monday ends and I already am in the behind, my brain's already in I'm behind mode. I have to keep working my ass off. So if I really structure my week better by actually putting different things I need to do throughout the week onto my like schedule and divide up the work ethic a little bit more, and I can go through and actually accomplish everything I set out to do in a certain day, it helps a lot. And then also part of that is just also being efficient with your time and getting it done efficiently.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you what, if either of you ever have a baby, that puts
Good
a
luck.
huge wrench in what everyone's talking about.
Oh,
Literally,
yeah.
Today, I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning. He was sick, and it was like, Rachel was going to work. She can't like call out of work, and I work from home, so of course I'm gonna be the one. And it was like, well, you're with Dallas today. You can't go to fucking daycare. So I didn't get a goddamn thing done today. Went to the doctor, just a full day with the baby, and he's great, so whatever. But I didn't get a fucking thing done today. I had a whole list of shit. I'm like on the phone with these consults I was trying to talk about with the automation shit, and he's like, ah! In the background. It was like, well.
Yep.
I don't know. And there's no other option. It's not like you can opt for this because they'll die. They'll chew on a fork or whatever they do. They're creative in ways that they can kill themselves. It's insane. Sometimes I'm like,
chew on a fork that's in an outlet.
I've baby-proofed the room, and like I turn away and I turn back and I'm like, wow, the way that you're about to kill yourself is very creative. I would have never thought of that, and then I have to stop it.
So that's why I have like a 3-year goal on my list to get to the point where my companies run themselves with little to no interaction with me.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm trying to look into VAs right now to handle my emails. That's like one of the big last things.
Those like virtual
Nepo
assistants in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I need one 24 hours a day, literally.
Were you in that thing in the collective?
Yeah.
Where the one dude was talking about virtual assistants?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You have to let me know how that goes.
I only need someone to handle my emails, but like I said, they have
Were
to
you
be
in that one,
24 hours a day.
No.
Yeah, the one
No.
he's a videographer. He was in there he gave a whole thing on
It
virtual
honestly
assistants.
wasn't very good. I'm not gonna lie. I took good information from it, but his presentation wasn't very good.
Yeah, his presentation wasn't good, but like the knowledge of like what he's been able to do with virtual assistants was great.
Yeah, it made my to-do list.
It just turned my head. It's like, oh, that's a thing. I can hire someone in the Philippines that's in the time zone that we're in, or they can adjust. No, not their. None. They will adjust their time zone.
Yeah.
But the amount that the U.S. dollar is an equivalent to their currency and what it's worth is like way higher. So you can pay them less, and they speak English, and they can do a lot of the stuff that you can. Like he was saying that like a lot of his network of other vendors and stuff that they work with his virtual assistant had no idea up until about a year ago that like she lived in the Philippines. They're like, holy shit, she's not in the United States. But I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I know.
That's very cool.
One of
I
my
had no
good
idea.
one of my good friends who is a personal trainer, workout person, but online only, has a virtual assistant. They pay $3.50 an hour.
But that's like really good for them.
Yeah, if that's the case,
Yeah.
and like I said, I'm going to hire you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, and that's what they're looking for.
Yep.
You know, and I might have to hire two 12-hour days for each because, you know, they're human. But either way, that's next on my list.
And also in his case, when he was giving the presentation, he like found a gem of one from like what he was saying that she did and everything for him. Like,
Yeah, he like rolled the dice real good. On
yeah,
that
he
one.
scored. Like this chick like
Good rolls.
was good about creating her own like work ethic and her own processes and everything. Like she
It was
wrote
in the
out
same room as the dudes from
creative.
what's their company?
Creative.
Yeah, but what EMG?
EMG Music Group.
Yeah, they're from Jersey.
Their marketing company is called Creative. They run EMG Music Group.
They're huge.
They've
fucking
scaled their
huge.
company to fucking huge.
Yep. It's those three dudes that are really nice dressed and very clean cut. You know what I'm talking about? They're like a squad of like weirdly clean cut. They're like all
Jersey?
like Ken dolls.
They were at the Collective. They're like three or four dudes, and they're all like
People
dressed
keep
very
trying
clean.
to reference the collective.
They were
as if,
speaking
like,
on-
I was.
they were
not
speaking on
intoxicated
Vibo.
the entire time.
They were speaking on Vibo the year before. Nothing.
Nothing.
It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't ring a
Whatever.
bell.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, I know Mike.
They're
from
very
Vibo.
smart, dude. No,
No.
they were like helping or something. It doesn't
So,
matter. They're
I
super
went
smart
to the-
guys, though.
I went to the second collective, so I'm like OG. I don't know if you guys
Ooh,
know
oh,
this.
okay. All
Me and
right.
you have been to every collective together, and only those collectives. So we're equivalent. Other than I went to the COVID one in California with like 20 people.
You didn't go to the second one.
Are
In
you not
Tampa?
talking about Arizona? Oh no.
No, Arizona. The first Arizona was the third one.
Okay. All right. So I went.
Yeah.
I went to Arizona, but I also went to California when it was like. It was
Did we?
literally.
We didn't
in the
really
middle of
talk the
COVID.
first Arizona, did we? Because I remember we both presented in the second Arizona.
That's the only one I went to.
Oh, okay.
So I'm wrong. I've been to half the collectives you have.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
you
I
just
take back everything I said.
Oh, hey, good try.
Yeah. Well.
No, but like honestly, like now when I do pick my tracks, and I don't think I'm gonna be able. I actually am not going this year. I'm not going to any conferences except for the expo this year. Just so you guys know, if you want to see me, you got to go to the expo.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
I'm withdrawing from virtually every conference this year. I'm
Yeah,
going to
it's
collective.
just- well, and also
It's too
all
much.
three of us are at that fiance point, you know, right?
Right,
where
right.
where a couple grand can go a lot further anywhere else.
I know. I'm
No,
buying
mine
it.
is
no.
strictly a business expense thing. We spent way too much money on fucking conferences last year. I was pissed
Yeah.
at the end of the year.
Me, man. Yeah.
It literally
Trying to fix the
wrecked our
time,
finances.
Yeah, I buying a house. The actual wedding is in February 25th. 4 weeks.
Holy shit, for real?
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, dude. I'm so ready for it to be over.
We still don't know a year we're getting married, dude. There's too much shit to do. You know, we got to make the move and everything first.
Luckily, I haven't had to do a fucking thing. I had to shake hands with a lot of the back end vendors so we can get deals on everything. But other than that,
That's your job, though, dude.
it
You already
is.
got,
It
you know,
is. right,
that 50% off.
right, for real. Whatever. So 10-10, you want to do this, Rick?
Sorry, I was getting asked to move our operations meeting tomorrow,
Well,
so I moved it.
back to the present. 10-10. Do you want to wrap this up, Rick?
Do you want to wrap this up? You never wrap it up.
You guys want me
Okay,
to
fine.
wrap
I got it.
All right, here. I was about to do it.
Go for it. Go for it. Eric's gonna wrap it up for once.
Come
All right,
on,
let me
Ebrock.
try and imitate. All right, so
Oh God.
subscribe if you haven't. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Below this, hit the share button. What do you say? I don't even know what you fucking say.
Hit the like button. Leave a comment down below.
That's it.
If you're not already following us, hit the subscribe button. If you're on another source like that, be sure you subscribe or follow whatever source it is to listen in and join in all the podcasts. We're doing a podcast every single fucking Tuesday, as far as we can see now.
Yeah, we're
into
gonna
this year.
try and keep
we're gonna
it
try
every
every
week.
Tuesday, but you
All
know
right.
when April hits.
All right, Kevin, where can we find you?
Yes, Kevin.
I'm basically DJ Hi Kevin everywhere now. So main places to check me out, I would say just because we're on YouTube, definitely please follow me on YouTube or subscribe to me on YouTube because I'm cranking out as much content as I can. I will also say go and follow and subscribe to the Drew and Fuse Show channel because we are having a big push. Somebody just said it.
Kevin.
So and then I would say Instagram is the best way to keep in touch with me. That would be super cool if you guys could do that.
Awesome.
That's all.
Shout out to every one of the 24 people on here live.
Thank you guys for jumping in. That makes me super happy.
Yeah,
you have a great following on here live today.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
If you can like go over 15, you're doing good. If you break 20, you're doing great.
Sweet, man. That makes me feel great.
Yeah. And if you get less than that, you're never coming back on the podcast.
Well, as you guys do
I think
start
if you
to
do
get
less
to
than
that
10.
point where like if like you get married, you gotta take a week off. Like if you're looking for a stand-in, I'm more than happy to jump back in. I understand the flow of things. I'm happy to kind of like rapport, and definitely even take and sit back and let whoever is on your end do most of the talking.
Yeah, first week of March or something like that. I'm going on my honeymoon.
So I got
Marcellus.
I got Marcellus. So when he's on his honeymoon, Marcellus is going to sit in his chair.
Nice.
But we might have you on. Might be a nice little.
Guys, I love both of you so much.
Did you meet
Genuinely.
Marcellus at the expo?
I believe so.
Okay, cool. We can have a good little chat.
I believe so. Yeah, I'd be happy to help out. If you want to say "fuck you," then by all means, you can do that too.
Kevin is the most helpful person you'll ever meet. One of them.
I really
Absolutely.
want to be. That's all.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was a great conversation. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. And we'll see you next Tuesday with another awesome podcast. Peace.